Hello, here's how to work on different aspects of the home page. If we just go to the home page, first thing we see is a slider here. From almost all of the content that you'll check on the home page is arranged in Appearance and then Widgets. Then under Widgets, you'll find Home Page Widget Area. This one up here. This describes content that's going on the home page. So first thing, it says Home Slider. Click this little triangle and it'll tell you it's Rev Slider Ray. So Rev Slider means it's a revolution slider, and Ray is the name of the slider. So if you want to change this slider up top, you'll have to go to Revolution Slider. Here's the one called Ray. If you click Edit Slides, that will let you add new pictures to it. So right now you've got just one picture. If you clicked on Add New Slide, it'll say what other picture do you want to add next. And then you would have a Save button and go from there. Up next is how it all works. So over here, this is the text, and this is all the text here. Now video URL, this is the link to what shows up here. So if you want to change this to be a different video, all you need to do is copy and paste the URL of YouTube. So if you were to go to this site, and then say you wanted to choose this link instead, you can copy this. It's under Share.
As continents shift and clash, volcanoes erupt.
And then you would just paste it in here instead. Now I'm not going to change that since you've already got that content there. Up next on the home page is Featured Caregivers. So this is going to feature 10 of whatever the featured caregivers are. Caregivers would have to be listed under Caregivers are listed here under resumes. So whatever resume is added, that's what will appear on this home page. So if you added another resume, that would make it appear on the home page automatically just below this one. I'll talk about formatting a little bit later, but for now, just knowing that adding resumes make it appear as here. Next section up is Featured Careers. Go back to Widgets. Now we're looking at Featured Careers. Again, it's going to go 10 of them. And to look at those, we look at Job Listings. And from Job Listings, you just have your items here. Okay. First one we have is Design Technologist and Product Designer. So Design Technologist. Here we go. And Product Designer. So these are the last two. Let's take a look in more detail at one of them. So on these featured careers, you notice that Senior Designer, Palo Alto Disney, and San Francisco Amazon. So if we go to Job Listings, All Jobs, as you're scrolling through them, there is this little star icon, and you notice there's two check marks for Senior Disney and Design Amazon. That means they're featured, which is mean they'll show up on the front page. If you want a job to be featured, you can either click on the name of it or this pencil icon to edit it. Scroll down to the bottom of Remo, and in the Job Data section, there's Featured Listing. Click that, click Update, wait for it to finish, and now on the home page, there will be a third job right here. you go. Up next on the home page is this Post a Job Now section. And if you go back to Appearance and Widget, you'll find Home Callout Post a Job Now. So description is just the text that shows up here. The button label is the words that appear on the button. And this link is what happens when you click on the button. So if you want this to say Post a Job Now, but then take you to the Post a Job page, you'll need to change the link from where it goes to this comp Post a Job link for your own page instead of it being on this demo page. I'm going to go ahead and save that there for you, just because I'm sure that'll be better than the demo link. So if I refresh the page now, here we've got our featured caregivers, post a job. If I click on it, it takes you to where you can fill in your info. Up next on the home page is recent jobs. Under Appearance and Widgets, you got recent jobs, and it shows 5 jobs to show. And featured jobs is just the title of it, so if you want to, featured jobs is the name of this section over here. So if you want to specify any one particular job for a spotlight, there's a way to do that. Otherwise, it will just show whatever the most recent jobs posted are. For example, there's graphic design Foursquare from San Francisco. And if we go to all job listings, what we're looking for, graphic designer Foursquare. Graphic designer Foursquare. And this one is set as featured, which is why it appears here. Also, you notice these 3 are the featured jobs. So even though it's going by recent, if you've set featured jobs, they'll appear in this section as well. So you don't always have to have featured careers that features only featured ones. If you just want recent, it'll do featured and non-featured ones that are just recently done. So community designer. This one's done the latest date. These ones over here have this little X on it. That means they're expired, so they're not live anymore. That's why, even though they were published afterwards, they're not showing up. This one was published, but is still active. It hasn't expired yet, so it's the last one. And then GE is the last one here. Okay. Up next is job plans and pricing. These are to add job listings. Basically, back in jobs plan and pricing, you can change what it says right above the titles. That's just the text, just for this area up top. Up next is the actual WooCommerce packages. So this is going to show your package type for jobs. How to find those as you go to products. And here is the different items that are being sold. So if you need to change the name of it or the price, you can simply edit it, and it will edit them here. Now after the job listings, you have the title, you've got your 3 products. If you click Add to Cart on any one of them, it'll take you basically back to the home page, but that item will now be in the cart. There is a link down here on the sitemap to get to the cart, but we can also place a link up here. And here we can see the 3 different items that I've already added because I added them before. You can simply go to Proceed to Checkout, where it asks for billing information, all that sorts of detail. If you've already got one of each or one in your cart, it won't let you add in another one. So if I want to add in another startup, then I try heading down to cart. Warning, can I add another startup? So it does only let you do one each. And you can hit this X to remove the items from the cart in case you didn't want to actually buy one of each. Let's see, oh, back to the home page. Okay, so how it works, jobs, featured jobs, call it action button, recent jobs and featured jobs combined, the pricing to buy them, recent news articles, that will be under appearance and widgets, blog posts, recent news articles. So this is going to display different blog posts. If we go to all posts, here you'll see Canada adds 12,000 jobs, Canada 12,000 jobs, and it just goes by whatever is the most recent post. So if you're not going to have a blog at all and don't want to show that area, you can just get rid of appearance, widgets, home blog post, delete. Next is site stats, and this just basically gives you the numbers down here of how many people are active and using the site. This just updates automatically whenever a new something is filled. So post a new job, that job number increases. Up next is companies we've helped. It's just basically a slogan area where you can put in different amount of company. While looking at the companies we've helped to try and get the logos to show up, the directions appear that there needs to be a PHP template page created in the editor. So creating a page of code, that's something that's a little beyond what I can do. In the email that comes with this video, I'll give you some more information about it, but this section may not be what you are wanting to have here. And if it is, there's a better way we can just more easily add some pictures that go to links. While I was changing that, I did kind of work on this. It says recent jobs. Notice the Design Technologist has a picture now. That's because when I went to that job, Design Technologist, scroll down to the right and there's a featured image. It needed to have a featured image attached before it would show up on the home page. This is for Design Technologist. Okay. Design Technologist. Featured image. Excuse me, I made a mistake. It's not featured image is where that logo comes from. It's down here in job data where company logo is. That was originally blank. For example, if we go to graphic designer Foursquare. Okay, so we'll go to graphic designer Foursquare. You notice there's a picture here. That means this one already has a logo. So graphic designer, edit it. Scroll down here to where it says company logo. And you can either upload a new file or choose one from the media library. I'll use this green one. And now it's got that. Click Update. Refresh. Now Graphic Designer has it there. Now one thing you'll notice is in the recent jobs it does give the little picture for the 2 jobs that are featured, but up here there's no such picture, and it's due to this being a featured jobs, featured careers, versus being Jobify recent jobs. Recent jobs has pictures with it, featured careers does not. Now similarly, if you have recent jobs, if you use recent resumes, then it shows a picture as well as the person's username. Whereas featured caregivers and featured careers, those are the non-picture looking ones. So if you're in widgets, you've got featured resumes and featured jobs with no pictures versus Jobify recent resumes and Jobify recent jobs. Those do show the pictures on them. So the next section after companies we've helped is kind words from happy campers. Notice there's a background picture as well as 4 individual quotes. These quotes come from testimonials. If you do appearance and widgets, the section is Jobify Home Testimonials. Here you can specify what it says above it, the number of testimonies to include. Here's where you pick the background image that they go on. If you want to check what the testimonials are, over on the sidebar, there's all testimonials. And here you can see 1, 2, 3, 4 that have pictures on them. And when you go to the home page, these are the 4 with pictures, and there's a little arrow so that you can scoot over, and it will only show the ones that do have pictures on it, because those look nice, otherwise it'd just be a blank spot there. So in order to get these ones to show up, we'd have to add some pictures there as well. Now next up in the widgets for the home page is a Soliloquy Hero and a Soliloquy Content slider. If you go over to the sidebar, there's Soliloquy here, and if you open up, there's one for Main Slider and App Slider. And you'll notice there's no images on either one. So on the home page, you're just looking at blank areas because there's nothing else to put there. This Got a Section part is part of the theme, so it will take a little bit of coding to get this to change. Let me know if that's something you want to do. Otherwise, that is a good overview of how to make some changes and make things look the way you want.